10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Newbies, turn to ban. Radiant team ban. Seconds remaining. Newbies, turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Lion.
Radiant team pick.
Earth Spirit.
Radiant team pick.
I speak for the trees.
Newbies, turn to pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Newbies, turn to ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Newbies, turn to ban. 10 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Night Stalker.
Newbee's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Spectre.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Ten seconds remaining.
Rubik.
Newbee's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Dark Seer.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Newbee's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Newbee's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Dusk.
Radiant team pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. 5 seconds remaining.
Slark.
Seconds remaining.
Thanks, Red. Yes, I'm W1. I'm here with Gods. Do we trust the panel?
Yeah, they're pretty. I trust Swindles. You know,
you trust Swindles?
He's leading.
I'm
the sheep
99%
right
sure that Swindles was right.
Look, Swindles is always right, especially if you ask Swindles.
Love you, Swindles. All right, so OG, their draft, it looked like it started off really, really nicely. The Earth Spirit as well as Nature's Prophet up. It looked like a lot of maneuverability. Everything was green, green, green. And then things kind of looked a lot better for Newbee by the end of it, to a point where the panel was actually like 80-20. Yeah. In favor of Newbee.
The Darkseid just fits their draft so well. It synergizes so nicely with Spectre being able to Iron Shell him when he goes in and starts playing aggressive. It's great in the lane, in the early game lane stage with the Tusk as well, putting Iron Shell on him. And being able to fit that into your draft when you already had a Batrider just meant Newbee really do come out on top after the draft.
I'll see if they can come out on top during the laning phase, because that's the critical part we were looking towards. So if we just have a quick little squiz around the map, see KP running that off lane for Newbee. He'll be playing the hands of the Darkseer. Moon will be taking the Batrider in towards the mid. Karka, that roaming, controlling Tusker, with Chuan on his signature Lion, the hero which has ravaged many, many lineups throughout this tournament. And then Hal onto the Spectre. He'll be having Moon on the off lane, Night Stalker, with Fly on the Rubik, which was the pick which everyone was a little bit more uncertain about. Miracle, he'll take up the Slark. Crit will be on the Earth Spirit. Miracle is having that Slark in mid, while No Tail will take the Nature's Prophet to the safe lane.
Double bounty rune going Newbee's way. They made a great play where they brought 3-4 heroes to the bottom rune, put down a ward from behind the tree such that OG didn't really scout them out. So they see that OG, they saw the Slark bottom, but then they saw him rotate from bottom rune to top. So immediately they swing top. Newbee have the much stronger level 1 fight with the Iron Shell. And as a result, in the end, and as well as the Tusk Snowball, it's OG who don't get a single bounty rune. It's not as big as it used to be in the previous patch. Now they don't give experience, but it does give a nice gold boost early on.
Yeah. You take anything you can get. Miracle. KP also have to keep our eyes closely on him as Fly trying to harass him out. And with the support of Crit, if you can get a Boulder Rim, then you get a Telekinesis follow-up. No Tail can't really actually get that much damage early on, so maybe the lane doesn't have as much kill power as I was thinking from the supports alone.
I'm surprised KP doesn't make the play to try and get his level 2 out of the lane. Normally what you would see is you put the double Iron Shell down and you just kind of commit hero to getting that first creep wave, which gets you level 2. So even if they go on you, you likely get level 2 and surge away.
Initiation, there's the boulder forward. They get the leash over on Moon. Firefly's up, so a sticky napalm. Miracle, gotta be careful how much damage he takes. Same for Crit, and that's what's gonna stop them from continuing the pressure.
Miracle, though, still able to match up pretty nicely against the Batrider mid because of the sticky napalm. And another roll-in. Moon's been caught once again, and this may be first blood.
Support's coming over from Karka. I don't know if he's going to get there in time. Snowball forward.
Nice turnaround.
Stuns up Miracle. Too much damage from the tower. He's so low, and first blood actually goes to Karka.
Well, 9 KMMR player, not 9 KMMR Fairy Fire.
He at least stick charged. Yeah, like that was there. Maybe he just couldn't do both at the same time.
I think he must have thought that last tower hit wasn't going to kill him off, perhaps, but he had the Fairy Fire, could have lived that tower shot.
The Earth Spirit's not in range, the Scepter couldn't reach him. However it worked out, Newbee still spilled the first blood in the mid lane.
Yeah. One of the mids knew to use their Fairy Fire. That's all I'm going to say.
KP. I still want to see how much work he can do on the bottom. Right now, Notel, like, he actually started off really, really well. Like, almost every single Radiant creep was being denied as the Iron Shell was hitting into it. He's 9 for 6 now on the CS underneath that tower, making it very, very difficult for the Darkseer to get any real momentum with his farm. It also didn't help the fact that his camp got blocked up earlier on by Notel's Treant.
I think KP's kind of having flashbacks to yesterday's series against Alliance where he got completely zoned out because he's playing overly conservative. He's not even trying to contest the lane against Rubik, who's a pretty weak zoning support. Has got a good setup, but Rubik Nature's Prophet lane, yeah, Earth Spirit's roaming around, but I think he should have been level 2 by now, but because of the just importance of this game and the KP's poor performance in one of the offlane games yesterday where he just gave up a lot of kills, he's not willing to try to play it aggressive on this lane. So he's going to rotate back in the jungle. He can catch up there, so ultimately it's not going to be the end of the world for him, but he definitely can be getting more out of this lane.
Yeah, they're just stacking everything, and now they're just like push up KP. I love too the fact that Sean was able to pick up an illusion rune, and he was actually stacking with the illusion rune and scouting also with the illusion rune at the same time. So they actually got like two extra stacks off then. I probably wouldn't have before. And there's KP. Like, you go from 1 level up to 3.5. At least it's the upside as opposed to like the Bat Rider game where you're like, when am I ever going to get level 2? And then I can start farming. This level 2 Iron Shell now up and running. KP will have no trouble whatsoever.
Yep. Moo mid, getting jumped on again, does not have Firefly.
He's in trouble, and will probably go down. The shards fly, but it's a little bit too late there from Kaka. He was busy warding up the small little camp on the side. Because now they get Nancy back.
Man, Crit's Earth Spirit with, like, he lands more rolling boulders than any Earth Spirit player I see apart from maybe Jerax. Like, this is not an easy spell to land. Much more about your opponents being able to dodge it, and somehow Crit just finds ways to hit it time and time again. He's back mid, healing up KP a bit, and at level 4 Darkseer, he definitely can go to this offlane now and contest this lane a bit.
I like how KP is also, Amu's not happy to be a courier. He brought out the rest of the Soul Ring as well for the Darkseer, so KP didn't lose any time then. Yep. He can instantly go to the bottom lane and still just start spamming out the Iron Shells, and it's when the creep wave arrives at the tower as well.
Oh, I love this move from Moon. He's hit level 4, he's come bottom lane now, looking to help push this tier 1 tower, as well as potentially set up a kill on KP on Darkseer.
Observer was too good.
Yep, sees the rotation, and Moon doesn't have any points in the Crippling Fear, so not an easy kill to get.
KP just has to Iron Shell the wave, try and slow this down, or they bring help. You do not have Spectral Haunt yet. Spectre is actually just short of it. He needs the next creep wave to like 2 creeps to die, and then he'll have Spectral Haunt and could join this. So it's a little bit too long to take it. So OG, they'll get this tier 1 tower. There'll be no collateral, and they will not force the issue. They have to understand that the Spectre's timing is starting to arrive. And you also expect Newbee to start making plays on the map. This is probably the longest time I've seen where Chorn has stayed in lane as his Lion. Yep. It hasn't been a smoke maneuver. They're just like, they're very, very passive in this early stage.
He wants to get his levels, and now that Hao has level 6, the Newbee actively want to get active and use his Spectre Haunt because it frees up the safe lane. Hao goes bottom or mid, gets a kill, and Chuan then can get his level 6 at top. I think at this stage you're thinking with Chuan, have a TP to counter gank, but try and get your level 6. If there's no aggression on the map, you don't want to smoke gank at this point as a Lion. You'd rather let Hao be the one fighting. He has a lot more kill potential, level 6 on Spectre, than Chuan does on his level 4 Lion. Oh, he misses the Impale up top.
Top lane. Chuan's in trouble.
Yeah.
Prophet was going to TP in, but there's no point. Chuan's going to die from the last attack from Fly.
Sidestep from Moon to not get hit by the Impale, although I think even if he lands it, he was going to be in trouble.
I think he's still okay with this if you're Newbee. Like, yeah, you lost your Lion, that's not great. But if OG didn't find the Lion, they would have kept moving further to the east, and they would have found Moo, who was flash farming inside the jungle.
Yeah, and also Hao at top.
That would be more critical. Yeah, not Hao.
Just being that kind of protector of your mid and your carry play, the Hao Moo duo is kind of the best thing for him right now.
Where's Moo off to? Okay, he's
possibly to set up.
He is checking bottom room. Okay. He's checking bottom room because I'm like, he actually gave the farm and the creep wave experience to Kaka, so Kaka's now up at 3.5.
Yeah, and if he can find a lasso, the Spectre Horn follow-up will be there, but Slark not an easy target. That's one of the nice things about the Slark mid this game is he's got the good escape in the pounce as well as the shadow dance.
Here's the smoke move finally. It comes during nighttime. Chuan. Under the cover of smoke, you'll see Crit move down, and Crit will also, he does not want to stick around for this. KP can start creep skipping now. And they look to try and get some revenge damage for the damage that's going to be done to the T1 tower on top.
And very much recognizing that OG are committing a lot of heroes up top. Newbie like, okay, let's find the trait at bottom. ideally the hero plus tower gank, but if anything, they want bare minimum to get some damage on this tower. Ideally take it, but they do not push very fast. They can creep wave skip with the Darkseer, but they don't actually have a good hero to bring down the tower.
Newbee may defend this, just judging by the positioning of Karka. It looks
low.
like they want to fight, so the tower will drop. Darkseer is going to surge in with the Iron Chill over on How, jumps forward to Moon. The stuns is going to be there, so Moon can't just TP himself out. Karka might be low, but remember, How is your primary fighter here. Burning down Fly, one attack will not be enough, allowing the Darkseer Iron Shell to get the last hit. You still lost your tier 1 tower, was destroyed by the Radiant side, and you burnt your Spectral Horn.
Yeah, they didn't kill Moon, who was low. They cancel his TP with ball, but he then just runs away. He's so fast with phase boots plus Windlace. Looking at 450 move speed when he's not even phased at nighttime. And that's where OG are just using that bit of mobility on Slark as well as Nightstalker to kind of make it difficult for the Spectre to find kills. I think that's
crit! He missed the kick on Karka. He really wanted to go for that one. The boulder away will not be enough with the surge on How. It's a very easy pick-off as Crit tries to style over Karka, but in the end, bites the bullet.
Moose Blink Dagger not far off now. All this fighting going on, but it's Miracle who's top of the net worth chart. Died once, but farming away in this mid lane as well as in this jungle.
I wonder if he, because normally we see the Midas is over on the Slark. It's still on a good timing for it. Is that what he wants to get this early on, or should it be like a harder fighter? You get into that Shadow Blade and he becomes the initiator, because you don't have like a Bat Rider or such in this game, and you can't guarantee that Moon's going to hit his Aghanim Scepter timing at a good moment.
I like the idea of, I mean, you can either go the Midas, the Shadow Blade, or the Blink. Shadow Blade is just nice because you can play very fast tempo, and it's also like a good scaling item, and you're against the Spectre draft. So if you want to apply pressure to Newbee, not give them space to get Spectre the Radiance up, Shadow Blade is your best way to do that.
But if he goes to Midas, he'll hit the same timing as No-Tail, and it can be a lot more efficient on the map, because No-Tail's also going Midas.
This could just be a Maelstrom. I think the Maelstrom has been like the most popular build for that we've seen coming out from the Nature's Prophet.
Wrath of Nature, bouncing around, it's because the mid, Karka initiated on, he's got Snowball available, but didn't use it. He allowed the Slark to kill him off, no wasting of time.
For Newbee, they've got to wait the Horn cooldown before they get aggressive again. They're ideally waiting for Moo to have a Blink Dagger plus Vector Horn.
He just got the Blink.
And this is going to come at the perfect time. The only thing they're kind of missing right now is Chuan's level 6 Finger of Death. But they're going to smoke up regardless. They're getting a kill for Chuan just will get him involved, get him towards that level 6. Karka, who just kind of TP's back mid, recognizing that this is the empty lane. For OG, you're kind of guessing right now, like, is the Bat Rider jungling towards his Blink, or has he already got it and is he smoking towards us? So this is where you ideally want to try to be using your scan and trying to find the Bat Rider either jungling or ganking you in smoke. But for now, OG holding on to that scan and may get caught out somewhere on the map.
Being a little bit more defensive, the Invis Rune just got taken and No-Tail like pinged it out, but okay, Miracle's walking over, he breaks the smoke over on Chuan.
Yeah, that was, and you're right next to a tree, and when that in pops out, I think you just ignore the Invis Rune if you're Moo. Because now the fact that he's smoked up is entirely obvious. It's either a smoke or an Invis hero there, and guess what? There's no Invis heroes on the side of Newbee.
It'll still keep OG defensive. So with this, it means the tier 1 tower is guaranteed to drop, because there's no way OG will try and defend that. Even like, well, half a minute ago, No-Tail started cliff farming up Ancients just because he thought, okay, this is the only thing I can really do at this point that is guaranteed safe on the map. They respect the timings of Newbee. Speaking of timings, Chuan is still so far behind where I expect him to be. They're going to 4-man smoke up. Now he finally gets that Tome of Knowledge, so it gets him up into the level 6. Finger of Death's online, and this is the danger zone for OG. Blink is up, Haunt is up, Finger of Death is up. Yes, you don't have Walrus Punch, but it doesn't really matter. This is the Newbee Burst combo to go into objective-based gaming. And Moon is fighting underneath a very early, he just dewatered the Elb's Ward that was up there too. So they know that he's around there.
So far, OG have done a really good job of keeping away from these ganks, but as I say that, the curse is real, No-Tail.
They're going to Spectral Horn in for this one. Yep, Chuan doesn't need to burn the ultimate. In fact, they just let the Bat Rider Firefly finish the job. They got a little bit of extra help behind. Moon's triggered Darkness already. TP the front lines. It's Crit who will arrive.
Position to flank them, but needs to be careful not to get burst down by Chuan's Lion. And that's good control from Newbee. They commit enough ultis to get the kill with the Lasso plus Haunt, but they make sure they don't over-commit the Finger of Death as well. Having that still available means they still have access to go for another smoke rotation if they want to keep trying to find pickoffs and kills. And No more. I think Newbee actually already chewed through all their smokes this early on. It's a lot. Yeah, they've got no smokes available on the Dire side.
Another 4 minutes and a half until they can actually pick one up. Right now as well, there's movement from Moon as well as Crit. I don't know if they got enough damage to kill off Howl, but Howl will be initiated on. Spectral Dagger up to the tree line. Kind of got to remember that Nature's Prophet is on the field. He tried to Wrath of Nature, but it looks like they lost sight of him. So the Wrath of Nature didn't bounce through. Moo's the man defending with Firefly, that tier 1 tower in mid lane. Miracle just wants to beat through it, but he's running out of a creep wave. So they have to bring the Treants into play. It's just not enough.
Next lasso could be the setup they need for a Finger of Death, but before lasso's available, here comes OG ready to flank this mid lane. They've got such good wards deep on the Newbee jungle, as well as even around this middle lane. Bit too far back perhaps to help them for this tier 1 tower push. Ideally, maybe one between the tier 1 and the tier 2, but Moon, he's the human observer ward.
You've also got the expendable observer wards, the trees that just walk straight through the entire lineup of Newbee.
And this is the build Hal loves to go on Spectre. Picks up the just casual vitality boost to give him a bit of extra hit points, and normally he goes straight into the Radiance off of this. Every now and then we'll see a Vanguard, but you go to the Vanguard, that Radiance does quite a bit later.
OG's dodging fights again. Newbee also don't want to come in. KP's almost got that mech done. Notel starts pushing out the top lane because, well, he's Prophet and he can do whatever the hell he wants.
And Newbee will be ready to fight against him.
Oh, Moon, they found Moon. But Moon, he's just out of range. You can't reach him. He's trying to flame break Moon back, but Moon's just way too fast.
Close, but not quite. Didn't quite know the exact positioning of the Night Stalk when he blinked to that camp, and
he was only going there so he could farm.
Yeah, it looked that way.
That was the funniest thing, like, because they actually, oh no, they have an observer ward up. They have an obs ward up.
I think
so
with the trees there, they knew he was near in that area, but they didn't know the exact position because of the trees and fogging that camp.
Yeah.
Lion finds the pick off on the Rubik. Finger of Death being used by Newbee, and they've still got the lasso plus haunt, so they can still maintain their aggression. Now, keep Hal top farming. As long as he's not being ganked up, you just want him as far away from possible from the action, except when you can get a good initiation off to follow it up with a haunt.
If you're Newbee, do you want this game to drag out? Like, there's a split push on the Prophet you have to deal with, but you got a lot of ways to counter that one. Well, goodbye Moon, you're in a lot of trouble inside that jungle, even with a Spectral Haunt in, and Tusker with the shards will find the last hit. But yeah, do you want this game to drag out? Your Spectre seems to be more powerful than any other late game hero that OG could have.
Yeah, it depends kind of to what extent we're talking about dragging it out. Right now, they need to slow things down and drag it out till they get Radiance up, because Slark has gone for that Shadow Blade I mentioned as kind of the preferred option, because this is OG's timing. They can get aggressive using the Slark Shadow Blade. The Nature's Prophet has that global presence in at any time. Night Stalker kind of play the vision game, isn't going to have an Aghanim Scepter incredibly fast, but Moon just, anytime it's night, expect OG to play aggressive right now. And they're already instantly smoking up, having picked up the Shadow Blade on Slark. He's wrapping around behind the tier 1 mid. For Moo here.
Well, there's an extra TP on the way. I don't know if they saw Miracle as he went by. Kaka arrives, so everyone gets a full bottle. Well, looks like Moon is preparing himself for a fight up on top. How's already the tower, but it's actually on bottom lane where KP battling against Miracle. Miracle will escape, and KP, well, at least he's got a Slark to call his own.
The mech, the surge, they now know the Shadow Blade is up.
Hal's dead. Hal's in actually so much trouble. Crit will come in, he'll look for the kick. Notal will come as well. They need to bring a little bit more help here. Hal, I don't know, he can't survive through this one. Moo will come in with the Firefly. He's got a lasso to stop Notal's TP out. With the Magnetize down, they're still chipping down a lot of life from him. But now Notal in the middle of the Firefly, he's going to Wrath of Nature with a kick forward. Moo's not going to get hit by this, so he's still going to be fun up in the trees. But Kaka, he's being chased down by this Night Stalker. Moon's going to find that pick off back towards the west side with a flame break on Crit. He's actually ticking down just that dot effect of the flame break. It's not enough to kill him off as Notal wants the last hit over on Moo with the Sprout. He can't even see him, can't reach him. The book away to safety. They're out and away, but Newbee still lose 4 overall in that engagement.
Yeah, Newbee tried to re-engage after the Spectre on down lane to punish OG's over-aggression, but this is just not the stage of the game where they're that strong. The Miracle Slark having Shadow Blade up already, Notel just with level 2 Wrath of Nature doing a lot of damage, and fighting around that top area at nighttime just proves to be disastrous. Newbee. All for one trade, just a Rubik kill going their way. But not have really gone much worse than that. They've got to try and buy some time for Hal to get his Radiance up, and they can't just play entirely passive and just expect to sit back, farm their lanes, and have OG not go for kills. So, if anything, Newbee need to be using smokes and trying to find
They got
pickoffs
one.
with their ultimates.
They got one on Sean. He's walking
Yeah.
with KP right now. I thought for a moment they're going to burn it by walking into the Slark. But doesn't happen.
Back at mid. Sees Fly as well. Could be looking for a kill with the Haunt, but it's a risky kill to go for underneath the tier 1 tower.
Too much support can come from OG too quickly.
Importantly, 4-staff now up on Moo. That gives him that extra bit of initiation in some ways.
KP wants to search himself forward. There's the snowball. Where's that support coming in from OG, or do they accept the fact that Fly? Yep! He is dead. Fear of death from Sean committed. And Newbee, this time around, they need to get that push happening. They need to take out the tier 1 tower. A tree and tried from NoTel to drag the creep wave away. Buy some time.
Just see where How is on the map, just hugging above that T2
Oh,
tower.
they see Miracle! They can jump in! There is the lasso available, but he goes quickly into the Shadow Den. Miracle's all taking terrible damage. Crypt will come in, turns on the Magnetize, but you're gonna kill up the Slark. Crypt will follow in a moment. The silence will wear off, and Newbee are back into fighting form. They surge How forward, but it's KP with the double kill. It's the Iron Shell's going to work. NoTel so low, KP with the back. He's gonna get himself a triple kill. Now the lasso can go on Moon. They double Iron Shell prep it, but KP doesn't want to stay close towards this Night Stalker. It's too much damage. Surging Karka and 4-staffing him away. Even the Flame Break by space. It's not the greatest fight for Newbee, but it started off the best they possibly could with the early vision game.
Yeah.
Thanks to detection.
Seeing this Slark coming in, unfortunately they couldn't get him with the lasso before he went into Shadow Dance, but even so, Newbee, they haunt in How. How dies though, which is kind of the big...
Oh, they're going mid. Snowball. Moon is just far enough away. The shards are flying out, but now they go on Fly, so they actually isolate Moon, keeping Fly on the back lines. So Moon can't help out his teammate. Nice little, like, consecutive kills coming out here from Newbee.
Yeah.
Even if you do lose the Spectre, you're giving more and more power. Like, you just gave Darkseer a crap ton of farm. He's got a fresh Midas with his Arcanes. Moo, okay, maybe that's not so great. Miracle gets the kill on him.
And Miracle just coming back alive and instantly finds a pick-off. And a pretty big pick-off at that. The Batrider is actually the most farmed guy hero at this stage of the game. Like, Newbee win that fight, but I think How dying is still like a bit of a worry for them. They need to get that Radiance online. It keeps getting slowed down time and time again. How first dying top, then dying in that mid fight. And it was NoTel who kind of just committed his life to make sure the Spectre dies. He TPs in, and the Midas Maelstrom build that he's got with the treads, he does so much damage away on the Spectre. How has to be very careful at how he engages. We'll see Darkseer pick up a Midas, so it's very clear what Newbee's game plan is. Go late game.
Yep.
Buy time, Radiance. We're going to win the late game with a Spectre. Like the team fight of Darkseer Batrider is just probably too much to handle for the sides of OG.
Yep.
Yeah, Nature's Prophet can split push, but this is still not the best late game hero. Nature's Prophet win rate in like post 50-minute games is actually like down there like 25 to 30%. This is not a hero that excels in the ultra late game.
And they just rely on the rest of Newbee to create the space for the Spectre and the Darkseer to get bigger and bigger. Like, Darkseer is also an enabler in it. That's the Blink Dagger that's now also over on Chuan. Like, when you've got that burst damage from Finger of Death, the control that comes out from Lasso, double Iron Shell burn, you should be able to kill off any hero if you can find them isolated. And this will force OG to clump. You can get them to really, really group up. Then it's all about, it's all about Newbee getting kill after kill. And then moving on for other targets, but OG are the ones to initiate. They're ready to go. The Snowball buys a little bit of space. Now the Magnetize. How's going to die? And I think he knows it as well. Even with the one charge, he gets back over the rating inside. 7 HP. How will survive? They bring down 2. Miracle's going to drop as well. The Firefly is all over this field. OG thought they were the ones in control with that early Silver Edge. They thought they could jump off and kill off the Spectre, but now they're going to get team wiped. Moon, the Flamebreak, actually pushes him away. How's on the trail, but do they have enough damage? Chuan's trying to keep up with it. Moon's still ticking down. The sticky napalm's going to wear off. How's attack is not enough anymore. The sticky napalm, that's another one. They need this darkness to end. It's just not going to happen. And there she is, the silence. How just keeps diving. He's like, dispersion, dispersion. Maybe a little bit too far. Moon waits for 3D. Jukes it! He's around the corner. Moon will shut him down, however. And now Cryptic's going to play. The Firefly is still up with a pick over on Fly. How goes too deep. Moon may not be getting out this one safely either. Cuts through the tree line. Crit is burning down a little bit too much for this one. And Moon, okay, he actually gets killed off by the tower of all things.
Oh, he blinked. He blinked to the north and they found him.
He did? Okay. Okay. Whew. Okay. Whew.
Well, to go back to how that fight began, Hao gets jumped, but the snowball buys a little bit of time, and then after the snowball, it's the Darkseer who mechs up Sector, surges him to the high ground, and then he survives on 12 HP. He's able to then TP home and haunt back, and he didn't even instantly TP. I think Hao was like, I'm dead, guys. He doesn't even try TP home, and then he quickly realizes, like, oh, I actually live. Let's TP home so I can heal up.
Oh, Kaka. Use the ice shard so he can get a little bit of vision. He's just trying to delay the inevitable or maybe have some support with the walrus punch. In comes Chuan.
Okay.
The Miracle understands what's coming, so we already have the Dark Pack ready.
And Tusk is actually a pretty elusive hero in that sense for a Slack to try and deal with because he's got the snowball and the punch.
Round 2! No? No?
He's a little worried, it seems.
He knew there was a lot of support.
Oh, he was competing in a $500,000 tournament, Jack Chicken. Like, what are you doing? Toby, not pleased.
Pull out the britches, boys.
Yep.
Steve Urkel's in town. Alright, so Newbee grouping up once again. This could be their movement for smoke, but do they actually even have a... They don't have a smoke in any of their heroes.
They just picked up a gem on their Batrider. They're trying to take advantage of this stage of the game, pre-Night Stalker Aghanim Scepter, to get map control and try and probably turn out the fight. Yeah, you haven't got your Radiance yet, but you're still in pretty strong fighting shape just because of what the Darkseer Greaves brings to the table. You've got the initiation from the Blink line as well. Wouldn't be surprised to see Newbee go for another team fight once they have that Finger of Death for Chuan. No-Tel, full Mjolnir up. Great item to put either on yourself, whoever's being focused, be it yourself, the Slark, the Night Stalker in the front lines. Dish out a lot of damage in return.
Funny because I was looking to see more maneuverability from No-Tel. I suppose it's not that easy just to pick up something like a Blink Dagger when Spectre's on the field and Batriders up on the field. But you need something that lets you... like,
I think you go BKB if anything. You just look for like a full-on fighting Nature's Prophet build, like Mjolnir, BKB.
Okay.
Actually, AC's not all too great, but I think just having like frontline type items so that you can just TP and not have to worry about the Newbee side. Like, BKB really good against Darkseer line. I mean, it's good against all 5 of these heroes, so... You don't really have the damage to kill you through BKB.
How's the exposed man on the bottom lane right now?
He's instantly, we see Newbee TP like 3 heroes in to protect him. They TP to the mid lane expecting how to get ganked, but... No-Tel's Treant scouting vision has been on point this entire game so far. He's always keeping tabs of Newbee rotations.
They're finding Observer Wards left, right, and center as well, thanks to this Sigil.
That's dark map for OG, not a single ward up right now.
Are they going to look for the mid lane? Already Miracle just used his Dark Pack to farm up. Finger of Death. Lasso will be committed. Snowball as well. Say goodbye to your Slark. 1 minute on the sidelines. The Spectral Hornet brought Spectre in pretty quickly too. No talent fly.
They used all 5 ultimates, but they know it's Miracle. That's the kind of player you want to commit everything to kill. He is the big late game carry. You're not too, like, No-Tel's farming very well in his Nature's Prophet, and this hero is actually the most farmed hero, and he can scale decently into the late game, but you're much more scared of what Miracle's going to bring to the table. So they bring him down, and they know this also buys them time for how to finish off his Radiant. This is 30 more seconds where OG don't have their Slark, have to fall back, and OG without vision are worried about the follow-up kill. Yeah, there's no ultimates, but still got killing potential out of this Newbee lineup just through the Ice Shards, Impale, all the basic skills that they can bring to the table.
Yep. The line's going to get a lot harder for OG. They are really... They're going to have to do something, but what do you even do? Like, you got a lineup which has to find pickoffs. You don't have a lot of burst damage from your supports. You don't really have the same options as Newbee, where you run like a 2-3 man hit squad. The burst damage you get is from, what, Nature's Prophet, Wrath of Nature, TP's in and brings physical damage. The Slark can do a lot, but normally he requires time, like, to get the essence shift up.
They want the long, drawn-out fights, but they haven't got the tankiest lineup to ensure that.
They find Kaka. They'll pick him up. The silence is there. And Kaka, he should go down now. The silence is going to wear off in a bit. He's in the trees, but it is a little bit too long.
That's okay for Newbee if it's just a Tusk pick-off. They know they've already de-warded most of the map, so they're not too worried about OG getting a ton of map vision out of this smoke. At most, there's maybe 1 more ward planted in their jungle. Looks like Fly, yeah, he's got 1 ward available and will probably plant that somewhere aggressively. But Newbee have already backed off to the bottom side of the map. They're playing keep away. They'll wait for their Tusk to respawn. And ideally wait for this darkness to wear off as well.
Yeah, so then Mook can actually see who's initiating on. They also bought space for Chuan to hit his level 2 ultimate now, so remove a full minute off the cooldown for that Finger of Death, which opens up the gank timings even more for Newbee, with or without smoke.
It's going to be about a minute of daytime that Newbee can fight around before night returns now.
There it is. And I still love the fact that KP's got so much money. He's the highest net worth hero over on Newbee at the moment.
And that was the problem last game, where you had just this two-core lineup where KP was really poor, Chuan was also quite poor in an Enchantress. This time around, 3 very farmed heroes. Your supports aren't doing all that great, but as long as you've got more farm distribution, you're looking... It feels like this new patch especially, you want to have good farm distribution across at least 3 and often 4 heroes.
I'm still also trying to like feel the importance of this Rubik pickup.
And there's no big spells to steal. It's very much just a stable initiating support. The null field is not bad this game, although he's only got the 1 value point in it for now, but it's pretty much entirely just the setup from the telekinesis that he brings to the table in a lot of ways.
So you just can't do anything though, like, because you got No-Tail forcing in all the lanes.
Yep.
Like, all the lanes are being pushed, then Slark goes on a bit of a hunt, the trees are then used for scouting, so then at least, like, you get a little bit of information of where Newbee's moving, so that's great. Rubik is almost like, he's a counter-initiator. But when Newbee initiate, they kill pretty damn quickly.
And it's not a hero that's going to do well against, like, Spectre Horn. Like, the Spectre is just great against the Rubik. He's, like, one of the easiest kills you can find when the initial team fight breaks out, so...
Yeah.
I think Rubik's going to struggle to offer a lot. He's going to just be that utility player. Use a telekinesis defensively to perhaps set up a kill. Use a full staff to save your team. This is not a hero that you can get a lot of value out of moving forward, so...
Newbee, Moon needs to go to Firefly, they'll see with the Spectral Haunt where Miracle's jumping. He gets quickly into the Shadow Dance, KP gonna pull him back and they just keep following that little puff of smoke until they find Miracle again. They know the Flame Breaker's coming with the Walrus Punch, kicks him around, crit, tries to create more space for Figure just from Chuan. Helps him break free. The BKB from No-Tail is also being expended, and look at How! This is the effect! Fly just has to run away. How is very, very low. Nature's Prophet will find the kill. The Darkseer wall is down. They don't have the burst damage, and this lightning shield is actually causing a lot of problems for Newbee. Until now, they can snowball back in again. Can they finish the job? No-Tail just stands his ground. Chuan has to finish the job. He's actually almost going to fall for this. Down to 9 HP. KP will fall as well. They don't have enough. Moon is on the front lines. He's chasing down Chuan. The Void, no, we can't reach him in time. Chuan will blink away. Moon once more.
And
break. Now, well, where is that sticky napalm? They chase it. There's your flame break. Moon, what have you got? You turn for a Void, but now the body block, it's not really there. You got phase boots, but still, Batrider will find the kill. Moon will get a little bit more, but that was not the clean fight. Prophet, we saw his power.
I think Newbee are going to have to start reassessing like the power levels of these heroes a bit, because it's very much been, and I think rightfully so, Miracle the player to worry about and to look out for, but after they see that fight, they're probably thinking, hold on, wait a second. Nature's Prophet is actually the much scarier threat in these team fights as a carry Miracle, which is something you don't often say about OG. It's almost always Miracle on that huge late game carry, even when he's playing it from the mid lane like an Invoker. It's No-Tail who creates space for Miracle. This is one of those rare games where tables have been turned a bit. Miracle has been shut down, and it's No-Tail who has really stepped up to the plate and gone for this very good fighting build with the BKB. That was the 10-second BKB, which means over time, that BKB gets shorter and shorter, and he's going to become a lot more susceptible to the line disables, the Pulse, the Batrider, and also Crit will find a pick-off, will get picked off, and for Newbee, it's very much reassess the situation and make sure you don't go charging into No-Tail with that BKB Mjolnir, because Hal did not have to go as aggressive as he did. His death was entirely underestimating No-Tail's power there.
Yeah, he just walked straight past the Prophet. Just, okay, yeah, you want to keep hitting us? Like, go ahead, you got no damage. Wait, hang on. Maybe you do. It'll also be a little bit more different in the next fight, primarily because Moo's going to be having that BKB up on himself. So there's a lot more immunity to just jump in. You may not care as much about the Nature's Prophet then. Maybe even focuses the Prophet, and you let the Slark just run around.
Slark has a Silver Edge and is working towards what looks to be a BKB, but I think the Nature's Prophet at this stage may be dishing out, will dish out more damage in a team fight if he doesn't get lassoed.
Yeah.
So we'll see what the plan's going to be.
270 CS, he's almost 100 CS in front of the Spectre. Like, his net worth is through the roof, but you say all that's over on Nature's Prophet, which you've still got really good counters to over on the Newbee lineup.
Oh yeah.
So you put all of this money into him, and he's your major split push. If he goes down, then Newbee win map control. And he's the primary target as well, so you want, like, Newbee could just, you put Lion and you just, like, stay in the trees, and then you pop back out again, and you get yourself a Hex, your Spectral Horn in, your Batrider initiation. Prophet goes down, and then there's no defense, there's no trade-off like we saw in the last game that Miracle was able to achieve against Newbee. This is where my concern is. You're putting all your eggs in one basket.
I think that's where OG, as much as they don't want to go too late game oriented, they need to buy some time for Miracle to complete the BKB at least. Actually, he's just 100 gold away from it now, so perhaps with the BKB smoke timing, they can look to move out on the map. They'd ideally like to catch Newbee doing something like going for a Roshan, but Newbee's lineup doesn't really care about Roshan. In fact, they're terrible at taking Roshan. There's no way I even see Newbee going for Roshan unless they somehow team wipe OG and they're too far away to go for like a lane of Raps. Newbee's draft, you look at their cores, Darkseer, Bat, Spectre, no way to push high ground. How do you win with a lamp that doesn't push high ground? You get everybody 6-slotted and you get like a 15, 20k gold lead. So right now, OG's actually leading in overall farm. Newbee have to win more, like team fight after team fight, get farm to the point where they can just push high ground through sheer item advantage, because their composition of heroes will never be able to break high ground.
Really smart there from OG. They read Newbee's movements. They scanned Newbee as they were running in through the Radiant jungle. So they understood that Newbee were looking to come in from the side, maybe try and find someone in the jungle or gank on mid lane. Doesn't happen, and then OG moved their forces to the top lane. Tier 2 tower is fairly low. The creep wave is probably going to kill this off anyway. And no one from Newbee is going to stop it. So actually, no team wipe. It's just going to be the Tier 2 tower, which is already dead. And Newbee are starting Roshan. OG have to know that something is up when there is no defense to a Tier 2 tower and they find no one in the jungle.
I mean, start the timer. This is going to be a slow Rosh, but good news for Newbee is that OG on the other side of the map, and they're popping drum charges to help them bring down Roshan. That's when you know your lineup is terrible at rushing.
You know it's okay though, because they've still got a hell of a lot of life behind them. Because Roshan's really just not attacking quickly. You went at the sigil for the fight. Miracle. There goes your Spectral Horn. It gives a lot of information as well. No one's actually going to go down to this by the looks of it. We just keep our eyes over on the pit, and there it is. Aegis Immortal over on Hal, uses the end of the Spectral Dagger just to run outside the pit, and Newbee want out. Ice Shards to block the path of OG.
Oh, No-Tail's TPing. Okay, thought about TPing aggressively.
Would have been ballsy.
Good defensive play around that Rosh, and it really looked like OG were going to get there in time. And considering they were on the far top side of the map when that Rosh started, they almost get there still in time to punish Newbee. The Haunt delays the approach from OG, and then they retreat using the daggers, the blinks, as well as a nice block with the Ice Shards.
Miracle finds a target. It's going to move. KP, careful with your items, bro.
That is Greaves he dropped his...
Yeah, I believe it was. Kaka in a little bit of trouble. The Greaves going to be triggered. A three-man back, but he can't get a full follow-up thanks to the kick from Crit. But now in comes Smooth. Who do you want to lasso on? The Finger of Death already managed to kill off Crit, and he lassos over on No-Tail. So you see the switch in priorities here from Newbee. KP throws down the wall, but No-Tail stands his ground. But now how? Realize the damage is there because the rest of OG backed up. Moon's starting underneath the Tier 2 tower, and you're going to lose a little bit more. Miracle trying to fight, can't do enough. It's a triple kill for Hal. And they may find more. Flies on the run, but just a poor little Rubik. There's a Gem of True Sight, so he knows the Glimmer Cape won't really save him from this. Fable or not, they back him back in. There's your stuns, there's your punch. And Tuskar will take the kill. A full team wipe in the favor of Newbee.
And great job recognizing that that was a fight that OG were fully committed to. They used both their BKBs to get those 2 initial kills. So Newbee's like, let's take this fight. We've got Aegis and we can buy back. So both the 2 heroes that went down, the Darkseer and the Tusk, commit their buybacks to make sure that OG get punished for committing BKBs just for the 2 supports, and Newbee find themselves in a great position after that.
They do, with the Tier 2 tower to come up directly after it. Spectre has a fully completed Manta style.
And he's got Haunt, so Hal can just go back to base, heal up, and join his team here in the mid lane to possibly start chipping away at this high ground. It's a very slow chip. There's still like T1, I mean, we're talking about a T1 tower at top lane, still alive at 36 minutes in. So.
Not for much longer.
Yeah.
Its days are most definitely numbered.
Move's like, I got a DD rune, guys, let's push. This is the most damage we've had all game. Oh, No-Tail.
Oh, be really careful about this. You can see it being spawned up. He's TPing out. The Spectral Horn reveals him, but it's the lasso. They found Moon. They found the vision advantage of OG, and they destroyed it. 1 minute without that, you've burnt the Spectral Horn, so that won't be available. Nice dagger for Fly. But if you're Newbee right now, like, you don't even need to force the fight. The Tier 2 tower's taken, well, it's already gone the mid lane. You can push out the bottom, or you can go towards the top lane. There's an easy 2 towers to take up there.
And it's hard for Newbee to force the high ground because No-Tail's always going to just TP to these side lanes and start split pushing. So it's going to be a long game for Newbee. Continue to push out these lanes, keep finding pickoffs. They're at 30 kills now. It's probably going to take them like another 30 kills. It's kind of exaggerating there to be able to ever break through the OG high ground because of how reliant they are on winning a team fight to be able to break the OG base.
We currently have Commander Prophet coming online. A full Daedalus being purchased up now by No-Tail.
Okay.
So the rest of us sitting back at base, and this is going to really amp up the damage. But as you saw, like, it was the problem with No-Tail. He got left alone, and then Desolate kicked in. And Howl then wins.
And he's now the main lasso target. We saw last fight, during his BKB, they just straight up lasso him. Chuan, please!
Miracle won't get it. Wait. Okay, Moose TPing in as well.
That was just like a, let's blink so I can get to
Do they still want to do this? This may be a mistake. Crit and Miracle are there. The tier 1 tower's already gone, so support can't come quickly, but Moon, he'll trigger the ultimate now, so they have darkness. But OG, they may not care that much. They're still grouped up, they've still got Aegis the Immortal. And there's your jump. Move, finds initiation over on Fly. Rubik will go down, but really at this point, as far as heroes go, you're happy for him to die.
Yep. And the lasso down for 50 seconds means OG.
50 seconds as well for Aegis.
Yeah, a lot easier for them to defend their high ground when they're not worried about and threatened by a blink lasso initiation. They can just have their frontline Nature's Prophet clearing the creep wave, or even just split pushing bottom lane without really worry of catch.
Are they going up?
Poke and prod, but I don't really see them committing to this with Aegis so close to expiring and the lasso also on cooldown there.
Actually, with that heart now being finished over on Howl as well, like...
They want to fight, but they don't, like, they're not going to try force high ground, they're going to try force a fight.
You got 22 seconds. 22 seconds until that Aegis is gone.
That could backfire tremendously for him if they're not careful.
It really could, especially considering KP also just spent his buyback money. Yeah. He's got he actually can't have the Shivas, he left the recipe back at base.
Again, the worry is where is OG's burst damage? They haven't got the ability to really threaten the Spectre when Spectre has a Heart of Taras.
3 seconds? 0 seconds, there it is. So Aegis is timed out. Newbee no longer have the extra life.
Like, come at me. Like, what are you going to do here?
Moose Firefly's got 3 seconds left on it. Okay, so you do a lot of chip damage to the tier 3 tower. And now, oh, Chuan, almost a full ravage. The Dark Pack allows Miracle to break free and goes directly into the BKB. All the BKBs from OG have been committed for the death of Chuan. Now Move, lasso's over on Miracle. They want to bring down this Slark. The Spectral Horn will cause a lot of chaos, especially on the backlines there for Crit as well as Fly, but they still haven't got themselves another kill yet. In fact, it's KP and Kaka in trouble with the Magnetize from Crit. He does so much work, he's probably going to kill Kaka on the back lines. In fact, it's No-Tail's Breath of Nature bouncing through. Huge amounts of damage coming in from OG. They try and push Moose Batrider away, but it's just not enough. The only one to survive is actually Howl. I don't know.
I mean, at that, once Dark Pack somehow either predicting that line initiation or just using it to clear. Chuan thinks he's got a perfect Blinger Impale, but Miracle was just like preemptively Dark Pacting and manages to get out of it, pop his BKB, wreak havoc, and then they stack the lasso with the Walrus Punch as well. And that they weren't going to be able to kill off the Slark. He was going to be a hard kill regardless because Walrus Punch isn't exactly the longest disable, but OG get gifted a team fight, it feels like.
Yep. This is the roughness of Newbee that we have seen happen during this playoff. They had about 8,500 experience advantage, and now this is time to slip away from them, back up to around 3.5k, with the net worth almost coming back to 0, and it probably will go back to 0 while Newbee is sitting on the sidelines dead. OG will farm the map, OG will have the fun.
And it's still really No-Tail's Prophet who's dishing out the majority of this damage in the fight. They kind of lassoed and tried to burst down the Slark, and the entire time No-Tail just destroying heroes left, right, and center with just right-click damage. And
I wonder what he goes next. Like, if he just goes something like a Monkey King Bar and just go, like, all-out damage. It's not a full glass cannon thanks to the BKB.
Yeah, and it works nicely because then you don't have to worry so much about the Radiance. You know Spectre might be considering a Butterfly build-up as well. It's not a bad item option by any means. Assault Crest is another consideration just to boost up your damage output, get a bit of attack speed, help out your team as well.
Yep. Maybe not a bad item when Moon hasn't really got enough money to pick up that Assault Cuirass for the team. He's actually currently still going for the BKB while Miracle goes for Skadi, which is obvious.
The other big problem with that fight is Newbee lost their gem, so now Nightstalker got a free gem out of it. OG, I was wondering, like, when are they going to actually buy a gem? They haven't had much actual map control in the sense of denying vision from Newbee, but they're just waiting to take it. Batrider dies, they get their own gem, force Newbee to invest in another gem purchase, and what Newbee's next move is going to be. Smoke available on the courier. It looks like they may look to be considering pushing out these lanes. It is daytime for now, so darkness available, but it means there's just this small kind of 50-second duration window where OG can pop it for a team fight. But they don't win that team fight, then Newbee pushing high ground during daytime.
They're also fighting just before Hal's going to finish up his diffusal blade. Another thing to keep in mind. Okay, I got to keep my eyes on him too. He's got himself a Lotus Orb. Are you going to find a target? Miracle is so nearby. The Gem of True Sight is over on Moo. They reveal Miracle, and he just used Dark Fang and pounced into the middle of Newbee. This should be a very, very simple kill. Dead for 84 seconds. A little bit of Spectral Horn damage. Fly is almost dying to the illusions. He's at 300 HP back inside the base. He's like, pick it out. It's just like, why? Why? As a support, I have importance. I do something in this game. But how actually wants to commit to that? All he's got to do is just like reality in, pop the Manda style, and then reality back out again. He's got the kill. And they're going to come up. They're almost trying to force a buyback now out from OG. They're attacking the tower, however, which is a full life. That top tier 3 tower is the one which is more injured.
And No Tail's already going to try force TPs out top. He's split pushing.
Remember what happened last time? They tried something like this. Newbee, Moon, they try and protect him there with a Lotus Orb, with the Fireflies on top of him. Moon's going to go down 72 seconds. He has to buy back instantly. Fly's going to join him. And this tier 3 tower on the top lane as well as the mid lane is under siege. No Tail just keeps hammering away. And Newbee, remember game 1. Remember the memories. Karka's going to get picked off. This time around, though, Newbee not losing heroes when they defend their own high ground.
Yep.
But the damage trade was actually more in favor of OG against the towers.
Yeah, slightly in favor of OG, but OG had to use a buyback, two buybacks, Slug and Night Stalker. So very much Newbee happy with that exchange. They lose a bit of damage on the tower, but they can play and fight around that. And the best thing that Newbee did there was when they disengaged, they only lost the one hero in the tusk. They lost one support, and when there's a TP from a Nature's Prophet coming in, a Nature's Prophet who has a Hex now, there's always that really high pick-off potential. Unless you group up, like back off together, Prophet TP's in, catches you on the retreat, and gets another kill or two. So Newbee just losing one, really disciplined play.
It always feels weird though when you see a Nature's Prophet walking around with only 340 movement speed and no Blink Dagger. So getting the perfect Hex is a lot more difficult.
Moon sees him with the darkness.
Yeah, you could just walk into this right now. Moon wants
so
to have
hard
a crack.
To engage. Spectre has buyback haunt is the big problem here. You can't really initiate on how.
You also know too that Chuan as well as KP, the two major teamfight controllers, are sitting on the back lines.
Just on other sides of these trees. House just like doesn't know what's there, but
and now Moon will.
And that's Moon really abusing their vision advantage to farm right next to a Spectre. Oh, he's 500 range away, no problem. I'll just farm this big camp.
Just check out Roshan, make sure no one's around. They still haven't seen him yet. Like, they're seeing trees coming in from all angles. Now the courier, okay, flies so close to Moon. Gonna deliver the diffuser blade, and now, hello.
Try and miss force stuff.
There's your Spectral Haunt, and who are they going to get? It's going to be Moon. Quick, easy, efficient. You have No Tail to jump in from behind. He actually locked out Moo inside the Sprout. Moo will go down now. He'll BKB, try and take up the Magnetize, but Miracle was there. One attack will do the work. There's your buyback. Looking to come back to the front lines. The TP will have to happen. Moo as well. Newbee are committing their money to find these kills. Fly? No, Flame Break will stop the TP away. A triple kill coming in from Hal. Buyback did come out, however, from him.
Yeah,
sorry from Moo.
It just looks like Moon tries to be a bit too cute there with his aggression, like trying to use that vision advantage to just try and play a bit few between the games. He's just trying to... his idea is that he just stays really close by, so the second a hero splits apart from Newbee. Like, you see the 3-4 Newbee heroes. If one hero ever goes away from his teammates, pick him off, burst him down, and suddenly you've got a 5v4 fight. But once they catch vision and realize what Moon's up to, he gets chased down. They're willing to commit the haunt. The diffusal pickup, perhaps not scattered as well, was what let them catch Moon. Now, off of that, it will be Newbee securing another Roshan. How with an Aegis suddenly becomes a big, big problem for OG to deal with.
You actually give it to him? Like, I suppose like you still want to have a Spectre being your front row tank.
You could consider Move because he just used a buyback, but I think Spectre is so good. He can just, he's the high ground sieger. As much as Spectre is not a good high ground sieging hero, he's now pretty much 6-slotted. Or if you're including the Aegis, one of his items, and he'll look to just break through the base slowly using this to the side of Newbee. And they've still got about a 3.5-minute window where Slark and Night Stalker do not have buyback for OG, so I think that's a situation where Newbee very likely to try and force a push. It's going to be daytime in a couple minutes time as well, so very much 48-minute mark is going to prove to be a good window for Newbee to try and break higher with Aegis, buybacks on cooldown, and Daytime.
Finally, Miracle can finish up the Skadi. He's been working on it for a very long time. But he just needed the space. They're going to 4-staff through Moo, and then a secondary 4-staff. He's a little bit too far away, however. Landstalker was trying to run himself forward with the double 4-staffs into a Blink Dagger. It would have actually brought Moo in range of Moon before he could reply, react.
Moon makes a mistake there using Darkness, because now it's going to be on cooldown as soon as Daytime hits. 48-minute mark is Daytime, and his Darkness... Oh no, his Darkness comes right back up then. So no, it actually works out quite nicely. Step back.
You're all good, guys.
My math is a bit wonky, you know. It's been like 7 straight days here casting at Epicenter. It's been a blast, but...
It's been beautiful days of Dota. We've actually seen some of the greatest games, and I love this game. Like, just the gold graph and experience graph for me tell me everything I need to know about this. It swings up, it swings down, it swings up, it swings down. And welcome to the Epicenter Yo-Yo tournament.
And the amount it's swinging up and down is tough. This is the biggest lead of the entire game, and we're talking about a 4,000 net worth lead at 48 minutes. That's nothing.
Yep.
That's insignificant.
But that's the funny thing, like, it's the experience jump. Like, you get 4k net worth jump, but you're looking about 8.5 to 9k worth of an experience jump. So it's like everyone, like, you see the advantage you get as far as levels go, as far as heroes go, and then it just swings back the other way. The dangerous thing for OG is we're now 48 minutes into the game. Hal is looking like an absolute beast. He's got the Aegis Immortal on him right now. He's obviously just picked up the Diffuser Blade, but he's already got another 4.1k gold. His Spectre is going to get very, very difficult to kill. And Miracle isn't the powerhouse you're looking him to be. It's all in nature's profit. There's that Blink Dagger, so I feel a lot more comfortable now with positioning here from Notal in the big play. And it's a big time for him to also step up and silence his critics.
He's gone back to what worked in Game 1. No boots. Who needs boots? He won Game 1 without boots on his lifesteal. He'll win Game 2 without boots.
I like how he holds Midas over boots as well.
Hey, you're an nature's prophet. You got Blink. You got TP.
That's the ultimate holla holla get dollar. But now the tier 3 tower is going to drop. The top lane's not pushing in hard enough. And it looks like OG... okay, now Notel, he's going to TP back.
That Daytime timing where Newbee want to push high ground during day. There is Darkness available, but they can always disengage should Moon pop that ultimate.
Promise they don't want to go on Hal. Like, it's an Aegis spec. And it's also a spec who...
If they lose the fight, Notel then TP's top, and suddenly you're losing a lane of rack. So you have to make sure you win it.
Yep. Okay, here's the jump. Notel, BKB up. Moon looking for the lasso. The Lotus Orb is there, so they're both going to chain themselves together. It's Miracle. He finds the backline onto Kaka as well as on KP. But where's this damage? You've already lost Notel once. The kick comes forward. It catches out too, allowing the attacks to come in. Newbee, they're going to go on a rampage here even more. Hal looking to do more and more damage. He's still got Aegis the Immortal, however. So even if they kill him, he goes through Fly. Hal's going to triple kill. Hal will have an ultra kill. He'll go to the tree line. So Sprout is there. They know he's going to spawn up. Miracle's only stolen 7 essence this entire fight, and now Hal wants to go for more. They're actually having a hard time finding up the Sigil as well with the Flame Break. They got a little bit more space here. Miracle tries to run, but Moo keeps the vision with him, and now the Bash combo. It's here. Moo is low. Miracle can't reach him. It's a double rampage here for Hal. OG will be wiped. There are no buybacks for the Slark or the Prophet or for anyone except for Fly.
OG approached that fight really well. They're willing to throw away the Nature's Prophet's life because he's got buyback and back in, as long as they get Slark in a great position to get a lot of essence shift charge. They got Slark on the back line. They were doing damage, but Hal's Aegis has proves to be a bit too much to deal with. He respawns. They had the Hex on Notel, but he just couldn't find the real one with the Manta style and held onto the Hex for too long.
Oh, it looked... How could actually... Oh, wait, why does he go top? He's actually going the harder lane right now. He can finish the tier 3 tower up on the top lane.
He's got Moonshot coming. It's fine.
Yeah, he's got Moonshot and the Diffusal Wave as well.
He's got TP
yeah, maybe that's not what he wants to do. While he's stunned, he's switching his arms around, and now the jump. Moo, he finds Fly. There's no Lotus Orb to protect this one. This time around, Fly gets hunched into oblivion. Oh, well. Yep. Buyback forced out by Miracle. Bottom rack's being attacked, and Newbee, like they're just staring at the barrel of setting this into a third deciding game. OG was the team that ended their streak. Chuan called it out. He wanted to fight up against OG. He wanted to have a chance for revenge. And now through the power of his initiation, behind Miracle, they need this dieback. The snowball dragging Miracle into an unfortunate position for him. He has to burn the BKB, but Hal looking over towards Moon. Remember, he's still so tanky. Moon the front lines, the flame rate bouncing back in for KP to get a 2-man back. The shards are up, locking two of them outside the pit. You can say goodbye to the Earth Spirit. Miracle as well as Moon do get back into safety, but the bottom ranks will also be toast. 5 heroes from Newbee. They're currently pitching a flag and claiming the OG base as their own.
They've got to make their last stand with No Tails respawn. They'll have a 4v5 situation, but it's going to be incredibly difficult. Newbee have everything they wanted. GG. Newbee bounce back, force a game 3. And these teams won diversity. Newbee won diversity OG again, and I'm happy to see them again because not just their winner bracket semi-final, but we're getting another full best of 3. A fantastic game from these two teams. They're so evenly matched. The kill score does not tell the whole picture here. OG were so close this game. They got the racks. They almost get the racks advantage with this push from No-Tail. He played such a good Nature's Prophet. He did so much damage throughout the game, but
I just don't know how you battle against the Spectre at that point, because you still had a 3 Spectre. That was a hilarious thing. And Spectre realized, wait, I'm not going to die. I better use my Spectral Haunt now in the fight. So even then, like when the Aegis